The shadows beckoned for the Lich King. The dead shall serve. Intriguing. This better be good. Let darkness guide me. Intriguing. Die as the shadow. Darkness guide me for the Lich King. As the shadow wills, none shall survive. The dead shall serve. The Lich King, as the shadow wills, let darkness guide me, for the Lich King, as the shadow wills, let darkness guide me, as the shadow wills. Tremble before the scourge. Let darkness guide me. None shall survive. Die. Let darkness guide me. Tremble before the scourge. For the Lich King. None shall survive. As the shadow wills. Let darkness guide me. As the shadow wills. Let darkness guide me. The dead shall serve. As the shadow wills. For the Lich King. As the shadow wills. As the shadow wills. The restless dead await for the Lich King.
First blood.
Tremble before the scourge. As the shadow wills. Darkness guides. Tremble before the scourge, as the shadow moves. For the Lich King, let darkness guide me. For the Lich King, as the shadow moves. For the Lich King, let darkness guide me. Darkness guide.
Town is under attack.
As the shadow wills. For the Lich King. Darkness guide. As the shadow wills. Intriguing. As the shadow wills. Let darkness guide me. As the shadow wills. For the Lich King. As the shadow wills. For the Lich King. As the shadow wills. For the Lich King. None shall survive. Tremble before the scourge. None shall survive. As the shadow wills. For the Lich King. They'll all be mine.
Killing spree.
As the shadow
Our
wills.
brethren's town is under attack.
None shall survive.
Tremble before the scourge. Die.
For the Lich King. Let the darkness guide me. For the
Our
Lich
brethren's
King.
town is under attack.
This better. As the shadow wills. Let darkness guide me. For the Lich King. Let darkness guide me. As the shadow wills. For the Lich King. Let darkness guide me. What ails you?
I am ready.
What does the shadow will? Intriguing. For the Lich King. As the shadow wills. For the Lich King. Let darkness guide me.
Tremble before the scourge.
As the shadow
Our
wills.
brethren's town is under attack.
What? 2 + 3 times strong. What do you want?
The restless dead await. For the Lich King. Let darkness guide me. For the Lich King. Let darkness guide me. As the shadow
Our
wills.
brethren's town is under attack.
What does the shadow will? Let darkness guide me. As the shadow will. Die. Let darkness guide me. For the Lich King. As the shadow will. For the Lich King. As the shadow will. Let darkness guide me. As the shadow will. For the Lich King. As the shadow will. Let darkness guide me. For the Lich King. Let darkness guide me.
Tremble before the scourge.
For the Lich King. The restless dead await. Let darkness guide me. As the shadow will. Let darkness guide me. As the shadow wills. For the Lich King. As the shadow wills. Intrude. Die. Let darkness guide me. For the Lich King. Intrude. Darkness guide me.
Our brethren's town is under attack.
Let darkness guide me. For the Lich King. As the is better. Let darkness guide me.
Killing spree.
As the shadow will. What does the shadow will? For the Lich King. Let darkness guide me. As the shadow wills. Let darkness guide me.
Dominating.
As the shadow wills. Let darkness guide me. For the Lich King.
Our brethren's town is under attack.
Be
Is under
still.
attack.
This better be good. Intriguing. As the
Killing
shadows
spree.
let darkness guide me. For the Lich King. They'll all be mine.
Unstoppable.
Darkness guide me. As the shadow will.
Our brethren's town is under attack.
For the Lich King. Intriguing. As the shadow will.
Tremble before the scourge.
For the Lich King. Intriguing. For the Lich King. Intriguing. As the shadow wills. For the Lich King. Let darkness guide me. As the shadow wills. Intriguing. As the shadow wills. Let darkness guide me. For the Lich King. As the shadow wills.
Dominating.
Intriguing.
Mega unstoppable. Double kill.
For the Lich King. As the shadow
Wicked sick. Triple kill.
For the Lich King. None shall survive. As the shadow wills. For the Lich King. As the shadow wills. For the Lich King. Let darkness guide. They'll all be mine.
Wicked sick.
For the Lich King. Intriguing. As the shadow wills. Intriguing. Let darkness guide me. As the shadow wills. For the Lich King. As the shadow wills.
Monster kill.
Let darkness guide me. As the
Our
shadow
brethren's
wills.
town is under attack.
For the Lich King. As the shadow wills. Intriguing.
Yes, my lord.
What does the shadow will? For the Lich King.
Our brethren's town is under attack.
As the shadow wills. This better be good. As the shadow wills, none shall survive. Intriguing. For the Lich King, let darkness guide me. Intriguing. As the shadow wills. Intriguing.
Godlike.
For the Lich King. Intriguing. For the Lich King. As the shadow wills.
Monster kill.
Lich King. Intriguing. For the Lich King. Intriguing. As the shadow wills. For the Lich King. What does the shadow will? Restless dead await. As the shadow wills. For the Lich King. As the shadow wills.
Tremble before the scourge.
They'll all be mine. as the shadow wills. For the Lich King,
Our brethren's town is under attack.
the dead shall serve. For the
Our
Lich
forces
King,
are under attack.
intrigue. Let darkness guide as the shadow wills.
Our brethren's town is under attack.
Intrigue. Let darkness guide as the shadow wills. For the Lich King, let darkness guide. Intrigue. Let darkness guide. As the shadow wills. Intrigue. As the shadow wills. For the Lich King.
Our forces are under attack.
Let darkness guide. What does the shadow will?
Tremble before the scourge.
None shall survive.
Godlike order.
Die.
Tremble before the scourge.
Let darkness guide me. Intriguing. As the shadow wills.
Our forces are under attack.
This letter. Die. For the Lich King. As the shadow wills. Intriguing. For the Lich King. None shall survive.
Give me something to do.
Greetings, my lord.
What is your wish?
As the shadow will. This metal
Holy
shall serve.
shit. Double kill.
Give me something to do.
The restless death await. As the shadow.
Our brethren's town is under attack.
As the shadow.
Holy shit.
As the shadow wills. Let darkness guide me. For the Lich King. Let darkness guide me. For the Lich King. Die. Will all be mine. Let darkness guide me. For the Lich King. As the shadow wills. Intriguing.
Killing
As the
spree.
shadow
Double kill.
For the Lich King. As the shadow wills.
I'll have it up in no time.
Our forces
The
are under
dead
attack.
shall serve. None shall survive. Die. Let darkness guide me. As the shadow wills. For the Lich King. Let darkness guide me. For the Lich King. Intrigue. For the Lich King.
Tremble before the scourge.
As the shadow wills. Intriguing. For the Lich King.
Double kill.
As the shadow As the shadow wills.
Our brethren's town is under attack.
What does the shadow will? Intriguing. For the Lich King. Intriguing. Let darkness guide. None shall survive. As the shadow wills. Intriguing.
Our brethren's town is under attack.
Tremble before the scourge. For the Lich King, let darkness guide me. Die! For the Lich King, as the shadow wills, let darkness guide me. Intrigue.
I am ready.
Is my
What
aid
is your wish?
required?
There's no time to rest.
The shadows beckon.
Hello.
Holy shit! Double kill!
The dead shall serve. For the Lich King. The restless dead await. Let darkness guide. What does the shadow will? None shall survive. Intriguing.
Our forces are under attack.
Let darkness guide. For the Lich King. As the shadow will. For the Lich King. Tremble before the scourge. Let darkness guide. As the shadow will. The restless dead await.
Killing spree!
Welcome to our village.
The shadow. Let darkness guide. Let darkness guide. Let darkness guide me. For the Lich King, as the shadow wills. For the Lich King. Darkness guide me. As the shadow wills. Let darkness
Our
guide
forces
me.
are under attack.
Intriguing. Let darkness guide me. As the shadow wills. Let darkness guide me. This better be good. As the shadow wills. For the Lich King.
Our forces are down.
Let darkness guide me. Intriguing.
Holy shit!
Let darkness guide me. As the shadow will. For the
Double kill.
As the shadow wills. Let darkness guide me. As the shadow
Triple kill. Triple kill.
shall survive.
Greetings, my lord.
Guide me.
The shadows beckon. For the Lich King, the restless dead await.
Double kill.
What does the shadow will?
Killing. Double kill. Triple kill.
Let darkness guide me. For the Lich King.
I am ready.
Wait till you see me in action.
The dead shall serve. As the shadow wills. For the Lich King. Intriguing. As the shadow wills. Intriguing. As the shadow wills. Let darkness guide me. For the Lich King. As the shadow wills. Darkness guide me. As the shadow wills.
Double kill.
For the Lich King. Let darkness guide me. As the shadow wills. For the Lich King. Die.
Tremble before the scourge.
For the Lich King. As the shadow wills. None shall survive. Let darkness guide me. For the Lich King. Intriguing. As the shadow wills. For the Lich King. Let darkness guide me. For the Lich King.
Double kill.
As the shadow wills. For the Lich King. As the shadow wills. As the shadow will be mine.
Tremble before the scourge.
Let darkness guide me. The dead shall serve. For the Lich King. Let darkness guide my life for this. What does the shadow will? This better. As the shadow wills. Intrigue. Let darkness guide me. As the shadow wills. None shall survive. For the Lich King. Intrigue. As the shadow wills. Intrigue. Let darkness guide me. They'll all be mine.
Dominating.
Lich King. As the shadow wills, let darkness guide for the Lich King. For the Lich King. Tremble before the scourge. Let darkness guide as the shadow wills. Intrigue. As the shadow wills, none shall survive.
Dominating.
Let darkness guide. They'll all be mine.
Mega kill. Unstoppable. Double kill. Dominating. Triple kill.
Our forces are under attack.
For the Lich King.
Tremble before the scourge.
What does the shadow do? As the shadow wills. The restless dead wait.
因为军团获得了胜利。